Thank you, Joan. Good morning. My name is Kathleen Ellsbury, and I'm from Seattle, Washington. I really never imagined I'd be here under these circumstances. I am here for the Truck Safety Coalition Sorrow to Strength conference this week, but I'm here on behalf of two men who died way too young. I'm here really on behalf of everybody who uses our highways, too. My husband's name was Tony Kamar, and he was a research scientist at the University of Washington, seismologist. This is a picture of him in Mount St. Helens crater. He was out with a seismologist colleague collecting some seismic equipment going one direction on Highway 101. A logging truck came around the curve, speeding, and the load dumped in the oncoming lane, crushing both men instantly. These men were well-known researchers and very well-liked by the communities and friends and family, of course. My husband enjoyed a lot of healthy activities like climbing and skiing, and he felt safety was paramount always. So it was ironic that someone else's disregard for safety is what killed Tony and Dan. It was October 4th, 2005, and this is the logging truck overturned. The truck was overloaded by 4 tons. It was over 90,000 pounds. It instantly crushed him, as I said. The brakes were found to be faulty. The bolts broke. The bracket holding the logs on the truck came completely off. The driver had been cited for carrying a heavy load and speeding within the month prior to this crash. The company had almost 100 safety citations in the previous 3 years prior to the crash. The driver's blood tested positive for methamphetamine at the scene. Yet the driver was able to continue to drive for another year after this crash. He was able to maintain a valid license, commercial driver's license. So sadly, these two men were not exceptions. 5,000 Americans die, 100,000 Americans are injured on our highways every year. The driver eventually lost another load a year later, another load of logs, and at this point he was taken off the road. And he is serving a 4.5-year sentence for vehicular homicide at this time. As for me personally and my daughter, it's left an unimaginable hole in our lives, and those of the friends and family of Tony and Dan as well. I began to see things a lot more clearly after this happened. I really felt an urgent need that something had to be done when we found out, especially about all these safety violations, repeated violations. So I began to work with Representative Ruth Kagi, a state legislator, and she has been extremely effective in her leadership, getting some changes in Washington state's laws regarding trucking safety. She's been really relentless, and I'm sure there's a future for her work in this area as well. So I'm here in the other Washington on behalf of 2 wonderful guys that were lost unnecessarily. And I'm here to ask Congress and the President to freeze the truck sizes and freeze the weight limits. It just doesn't make sense to go up on this. I urge them to enact new laws also that are effective with real teeth aimed at the violators, especially the repeat violators. I think having bigger trucks on the road is simply a bigger hazard. I ask people to go to stopbiggertrucks.org to sign the petition to prevent heavier trucks from using our roadways. the unimaginable can happen to any of you. Weight can kill, and cutting corners can kill. Thank you.